Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Here is your tarot reading for the week ahead. As ever, take what's helpful, leave what isn't. And just as we move into Pisces season, many happy returns if it is your birthday coming up. You are in your crowning glory, so to speak. We're going to start with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. I laughed when it came out because for your other watery zodiacs, Cancer and Scorpio, they too had lots of pentacles in reverse. One of the common threads that ties that all together is this idea of, well, this probably overlaps Scorpio's reading more than it does Cancer. For Cancer, there was a feeling of maybe bad investments, having put time, energy, and effort into the wrong place. For Scorpio, it was more about not knowing where to place one's feet next, or necessarily, we have this coin, we have this seed, I don't necessarily know where to plant it. That may be part of the feeling. A little bit of uncertainty, a little bit of feeling lost this week. That doesn't feel to be an energy that will play out indefinitely. It may just be a momentary lapse, a momentary panic, but I wouldn't necessarily encourage you to read much more into it than is required. Part of this feeling lost is emphasized again with the Eight of Swords, the Lord of Shortened Force, and there is a feeling here of being in a bit of a mental prison, not quite knowing the best way forward, the best way out. The danger, Pisces, may express itself through the Chariot. Now, the Chariot card is by no means a quote-unquote bad card by any means, but it can represent endurance, the need to prove oneself. The charioteer is trying to have command, take reign over this black and white sphinx that are pulling in opposite directions. Black and white in the tarot represents polarity, binary systems of going left or going right. And the charioteer is putting all the energy, all of that resource into trying to take command and take control of extreme factors. Therefore, there's a bit of a message and reminder of, are we approaching things in a slightly scattergun approach? Are we firing off this way, that way, this way? Particularly in those moments where we don't know what to do. Sometimes we're not always so great at accepting that and just kind of pulling back. We feel as though we need to roll up our sleeves and sort it out. And of course, that can have its use sometimes. But if you're just busy for busy sake, then it may not be that useful. Or if you find that you're just doing things for the sake of it or firing off in a particular direction because you don't know what else to be doing, then that's likely to lead you into some potential hot water. This is echoed by the fact that we have the Justice card here too in reverse. You've got quite a lot of major arcana within this reading, so it is quite a big week for you, but given that you're moving into the season of your birth, unsurprisingly. But the Justice card, usually upright, that talks about balance, it talks about equilibrium, it talks about fairness. And because that is reversed, it's indicative more of imbalance, of working to these extremes that the Chariot represents. Sometimes the Chariot can be really fast-paced and exciting and lots of different things going on. It's certainly one of the fastest moving energies within the deck. But given the fact that it's coming out with the Justice card, for me is representing, whoa, hold your horses. Why are we feeling the need to charge? And a lot of that probably lies with this energy of the Ace of Pentacles. The combination of the Ace of Pentacles in reverse and the Justice in reverse may also point towards feelings of unfairness arising for you this week, feelings of injustice, quite literally. Also, you feeling as though you're not getting a return on your investment. this is such an important question that's been coming up for all of the water signs. What are you investing your time, energy, and efforts into? And that is expressing itself in two ways of, I've spent all of this time, energy, and dedication to this thing, and it's not working in the way that I anticipated, or I don't know what to dedicate myself to. And both of those things can present their own problems. I implore you to be more aware, more mindful, more discerning about what are you doing with your energy, where are you placing your efforts. And that may be on a very, very subtle way of, are you doom scrolling? Are you putting your time, energy, and effort into relationships that perhaps may need readjustment, to put it politely? Are you not paying attention to the writing that is on the wall? Are you investing in, we've seen those people, haven't we, or those friends or family or co-workers where they say, I've got the best idea ever, it's going to be amazing, it's going to change the world, and they're plugging everything they've got into this thing, and you're looking on them going, that's never going to work, that's just kind of fundamentally flawed, but they can't see it because they're so emphatic on it, or they're so dispossessed about this, oh, it's got to be this. And there's just a reminder here of, what are you plugging yourself into? As I mentioned, that can be very subtle of, what are you watching? Are you watching the news too much? Are you watching trash TV? It has its place, undeniably, but too much of anything's not a good thing. Are you investing yourself into gossip? Are you investing yourself into bad habits? And if so, why so? This leads me finally onto the Magician card, which requires new ways of thinking, of enlightenment is very much what the Magician represents. He's got the lemniscate above. He also understands, well, what comes up must come down. Things are in ebb and flow. So even though you may find yourself in this slight period of, well, I'm not entirely sure what to do, or firing off on all cylinders, he is fully aware that everything's in a constant state of flux. Nothing is fixed. So yeah, kind of don't, I suppose in some ways, to kind of synopsisize it, is just ensuring that you're not getting carried away this week. As we move into Pisces series, you've got season series. You've got so many wonderful qualities about you, Pisces, but sometimes it's a bit idealistic and a bit dreamlike and a bit there's a kind of sometimes an escapism from reality, and it's just asking that, and I feel that this is partly why these energies, these feelings of return on investment, or the lack thereof, or not knowing where to place our efforts, is being seen particularly within the water signs. There's a magnification on these energies, and there's a strong theme, there's strong advice coming through from the tarot this week for all water signs of, please don't sounds a bit unkind, but don't kid yourself. Basically, don't kid yourself. Happy birthday. Cheery, I know. But useful, hopefully, and enlightening. Is that useful? What part of it is useful? Let me know in the comments below. But until next week, have a gorgeous, gorgeous week. As ever, check out your sun, moon, and rising sign for a fuller reading. But until next week, have a wonderful, wonderful time. Bye for now.